Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Monday, which means it is time for another Nozz watches Vinland Saga. Oh boy, you hinger-dinger-dunger. Oh man, so in our last episode, we got a little bit of a look from the other side of the Danax, from the Christian perspective of Askeladd rolling in and butchering an entire fucking village. Oh man, it's great. Oh man, that's the best. And also we got to meet a little girl called Anne, who did a little bit of petty theft, and then learned that God probably don't care all that much, because fucking Vikings exist. I honestly, I mean, our general idea is that they're trying to get all the way back to, they're trying to get back to the mainland and link up with Canute's army, so that, you know, they can get up in there and, you know, canoodle a bit, and Askeladd can use a position in Canute's army to protect his boys, his lads, back in Wales. But it feels like we're just kind of meandering along, you know? It's kind of just, like, it feels like, you know, it's more the author was like, well, fuck, what do I do now? So we just kind of getting, like, these little, like, skits and general little things along the way, which is alright. I'm just hoping that some of the stuff, you know, amounts to more than nothing at all. You know, I want to see more about the Welsh village. I want to see more with Anne. I want to see what's going on. Like, I hope Anne comes back as something, you know? Like, even if she doesn't meet up with the main party, I want to, like, pop in on her every now and again, and she's, I don't know, become fucking Boudica of the New Age or some shit. I don't know, Chief. I don't know. Like, because I like the idea of the mind break tag being applied to religion, you know? Like, your religion is proven false, essentially, and the mind break continues from there. I don't know, but let's go ahead and see what happens with our boys, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, and go! Hooray for motorcycle. I don't know, man. Like, it's, I had to wait, like, a weirdly long amount of time for these subs as well. That was weird. Like, you know, like, it took, like, all day. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, man, yeah, but yeah, I'm hoping we get some stuff with Anne. Oh, no. Canute is the big date. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Nah. Jesus Christ, does Swain have fucking smallpox? What the fuck? Marlboros. The lung cancer will get you on that one. Why the fuck? Like, what's up with Swain? Why is, like, I don't know enough about Swain, but why does he look like he's got fucking smallpox? Like, just pockmarks everywhere. Holy shit. Worried, my son's a bitch. I don't give a shit. It's just a waste of royal blood. And royal seed ain't got much left down here. Can't spill a drop. Ooh. Oh, fuck me. Just... If he'd been a real man like his brother Harold, maybe Canute wouldn't be as... Just goddamn. Goddamn, just throwing mad shade. Your son might be dead. Like, holy shit. He hadn't even come out as trans yet. You didn't even give him a chance. Oh boy. Man, we're never gonna get to Vinland. Like, we're never gonna get to Vinland, like, fucking in this season. They need to stop showing us the map. They need to stop showing us the fucking map of Vinland. Man, Ragnar's gonna fucking die. Like, they basically just spoiled it on that, huh? Imagine if this shit just goes immediately ahistorical. It just zooms off into a fucking alternate timeline. Thorfinn Thorfinn and Canute get married and go off to America to have a big gay kingdom. And we've got Viking Americans in World War II fucking riding in on the back of submarines. Like with fucking Dane axes in each hand. That's the timeline I want to live in. Like, German U-boats are just like, what the fuck is... Oh shit, it's the Americans! Just Teddy Roosevelt with a big full Viking beard and a fucking Dane axe in each hand riding on the back of a submarine. Man, I can't murder in winter, this is some bullshit. Yeah, give him both. That's a Viking feast hall if I've ever seen one. If there's not a glass being thrown every minute on the fucking dot, that's not a real Viking feast. So why didn't you? Yeah, you should have held on to him. Hey. I'm a little annoyed at the fact that, like, my countrymen are portrayed as sniveling cowards, but then I look at modern parliament and I don't care so much. Seems pretty on brand, honestly. It's hard to complain about it when you see what we're fucking dealing with in the modern day. We're warriors, we do big war. And when he's not on the battlefield, he's an alcoholic. So that means no more war. That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit I call Brexit. Yes. Start a new timeline. Create Viking Britain. Convert everybody to the Norse. Get that Christianity shit out of here. If only there was some sort of world war. Perhaps 2 of them. Maybe a 3rd one if we're feeling picky after a century. My fucking ears are cold, I can't hear nothing. Maybe we should just get rid of all the Jesus. See, that's one thing I don't like about Christianity. It implies guilt on the worshipper. Why would you convert to Christianity if you've got nothing to fear? If you got nothing to be sorry for? Oh, jeez. What's that moral oral joke? That, like, really old puppet, like, stop-motion show? What was it? Now, son, guilt is for Catholics. I'm sorry, I'm feeling spicy today. I'm feeling spicy. Hey, God, you up there? You best stop answering my calls, bitch. You best start picking up the goddamn phone. Because he thinks it's funny. You know that's basically what the Bible says? Because he thinks it's funny. Suffering exists because God thinks it's funny. Like, it's not said outright, but if you read into the fucking Bible, it just like, nah. Nah, that's the implication. It's great. Oh man, Canute actually had an outburst. Canute had an outburst. You just have to call his god a bitch first. Also, if you're scared of someone, they don't love you. It's abusive parenting. No, they don't. If you're scared of them, they certainly don't. Jesus. Also then, like, fucking, like, I love how Canute said that, despite the fact that his dad was just like, alright, Canute's dead. If only he weren't a bitch. If only he was more like his older brother. Alright, moving on. Prostitutes. Wash my scarred up dick. Let's go. Just rub the syphilis and smallpox boils off. What the fuck? What the fuck? It's like a fucking Ben Garrison cartoon. What the fuck? Unless it's Thorfinn. Come on, let's get another fight between Thorfinn and Thorkel. Let's go. Like, is Thorfinn and Thorkel related? Like, is because I mean, you got another giant asshole. You got like, you know, another giant asshole. His name starts with Thor. Like, you know. You know, you'd think like there'd be some connection. Like, is Thorkel like his uncle or something? Can we get Thorfinn hanging out with Uncle Thorkel for a while? I'd appreciate that. He's hard to tell with all the fucking snow. It's everyone. Group pissing. It's an ancient Viking sport. If you can lay on your back and pee 5 feet in the air and not get wet, you win a new axe. Why would you not bring more carpenters than just 2? You know, like, why, I mean, you got boats you're carrying around with you there, Askeladd, you'd think. Like, at least, like, 4 carpenters. You're gonna capture Thorkel, huh? I don't think that's happening, Chief. What did you discuss? What did you discuss, Chief? I'm offended. Oh, they're saying he's bad luck. They're saying he's got the bad luck going on. His luck ran out. Oh, jeez. God, his fucking head. His head just comes to a fucking point. What the hell? Let him cook the rabbit, and you can all three of you have some soup. Yeah, hooray for Ragnar. He's trying to be a good boy. He's probably gonna end up fucking dead. For a second there, my brain auto-corrected it to... my brain auto-corrected that to Ragnar feeding him. Like, holy shit. Wow. Wow, Canute. You make such a good housewife. You got a bright future ahead of you, girl. Oh. Seriously, she's just a fucking housewife. And you also can't tell anybody about his collection of dresses and lingerie and his thigh-high socks. And he spat in it and he called me a girl. And he beat my ass. How the fuck do you think people eat before slavery and hierarchies came into being? What the fuck? That's how you get governments trying to ban the pointy parts of knives. They've never cooked, so they don't know that you need that to get into the fucking things you're cooking. Oh, that's how you get the salmonella. I love how they're calling it Yule, because Christmas hasn't become a thing yet. Thorfinn's just like, man, you fucking girls, I'm gonna eat this soup. Jesus! Could just taken that man's head clean the fuck off. I wonder what Thorfinn's reaction would be if he found out that Canute's dad, like, makes good use of the guy that hired Askeladd to kill his dad. Canute is technically in the chain of murder. Technically. He's kind of high up there, but he's up there. Like, if he wanted to get the good revenge. Then again, I highly doubt that he knows how to actually do revenge properly. No, it's fine. He's just got a sled. Gonna find a big hill and just go down. Just whee! He's very upsetty in his spaghetti. They're Vikings, dipshit! This is when did Vikings have manners? Why don't you have manners? You're Norse warriors. That's why, dipshit. You been bamboozled, kiddo. Well, knew that was coming. So why, though? Why does Askeladd want him dead? Like, his whole point was to use... Like, is he trying to isolate Canute so he can groom him? Is that the idea? He needs his hormones every day. Like, is that the idea? Get rid of Ragnar so he has to start relying on Askeladd instead? Askeladd will then groom him into the prince he wants. Is that the idea? I mean, if anything, I'll get Canute on Thorfinn's revenge train, and they'll both do stupid shit together. Oh no. Canute the Trap is upset. Oh no. That or it'll cause him to completely shut down and be a quivering mass of organs. I mean, kinda needs him alive. Ragnar the Warrior, that's generous. That's generous. And they've got to make sure that it's Canute, otherwise this is all for nothing. So what's his plan? Does he just get this court to... So who was Sewin's pick? Was it... Oh. 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 Is because he was hoping that Canute would fucking die. And if Canute survived, then he would win, and then it would be good. And he'd be good to go, and he'd be like, oh no, look, here's the proof. So Askeladd's kind of backing the wrong fucking horse here. If his plan was to get a prince that's pliable to his whims. I mean, you best fucking hurry, Askeladd, if that's your plan. If your plans to get him to basically protect the Welsh. He's gonna say no. Yeah, there it is. the second they started talking about what to do once the war was over, the second I was like, nah, Ragnar's fucking dead. Ragnar is so super dead. Oh, jeez. I mean, we got some fucking intrigue going on for shit. Alright. And that's the end of that. Alright then. Okay. Oh, boy. Yeah. So, I think my big complaint is still that shit takes forever to get going in this series. I think that's still like a big complaint that I have. Okay, so this whole thing so the idea is we're gonna get the Gainsborough, get the Court of Gelling, so that they can basically choose who will be king, Canute or Harold. But the issue is, and it's not even really an issue because this is entirely subjective. This is entirely fucking subjective. The issue is that while we're trying to get there, it takes an entire episode for one thing to happen. Now, that has a good aspect in that it gives you plenty of time to get to know the characters and spend time with them and kind of just, take it slow, right? There's no way to fuck up, right? It's safe, Seeing Canute cooking and them hanging out and like seeing everybody hanging out and like talking over their plans, like there's no ambiguity, right? There's no brevity for the sake of the drama. Now, but on the other hand, though, that's also an issue in of itself. There's no brevity, like I think I think you could turn last episode and this episode into one episode, but you would need to cut some things. Like you would need to cut you probably need to cut Thorkell's little thing, like where he was talking and he was going on about like, oh, I wish this war would last forever and all. Like you would need to cut that a little bit or bake it into when they actually fight next, and it'd be something like a conversation he'd have while he's fighting or just before he's fighting. But like it's so. I feel like, like I don't hate that it's slow, but it really burns my ass because I really want to see what's coming up. You know what I mean? Like I'm impatient. Like I want it now. I want to see what's going to happen. So I think this show would be like best suited for just sitting down for hours and just watching it. Like this is definitely a binge show for me, just because. Like of the way they got to set up, where like they take their time, and I guess it's a good thing that they've got a 24 episode season, and they're probably gonna get a second season if this thing if this thing remains popular. Because I'm pretty sure this is a fairly popular show. Last I checked, at least, unless things have just fallen off dramatically. And I don't know, I feel like once the entire season is out, this is gonna be one of those shows where people are like, oh man, yeah, just. Fuck it, I watched this all in one. Because it really does feel like that. Because sometimes I'll sit down, I'll be like watching it, I'll be like, yeah, let's go. And then the credits will happen, I'll be like, yo, what the fuck? Because it does not feel like enough happened for 24 minutes. Like, it's... and I'm not saying that to knock it, because this is a good show. Like, the fact that it has me chomping at the bit, wanting more, and wanting to see what's happening. That's good. Like there's still issues. There's still big issues with this show. Right? Like Thorfinn is a fucking piece of cardboard. Canute is a little bitch babby, and I know he turns out good because I've read the manga. In the history book is the manga. Haha. Oh my god, that's basically what it is. Like the history book is the manga. Or sorry, the history book is the light novel, and then you have the manga of this, which is the manga adaptation. And then you got the fucking anime adaptation. What's the Netflix adaptation look like? Yeah, like, I know, like, like, Canute's still, like, a little bit of a bitch. I'm a little annoyed that the English are shown to be basically helpless, but I understand this is supposed to be told from a Viking point of view, so of course the Vikings are gonna paint their enemies as wimpy babbies, especially seeing as, they're very Christian by this point in time, and Christianity has a really, really good habit of fucking pussifying everybody it touches. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. At least until the whole Crusades thing happened, then things, like, took way off, and then, just started ramping the fuck back down. Yeah, like, it's good. It's good. Like, I like this episode. I really do. Like, this episode, like, I wish there was more. Like, that's my only thing. I was like, I wish there was more. Like, I think this is the first one actually in a while that there's been zero wrong with it. But I think it's because this is the one that was purely, like, plot go forward. Plot go up. And I like that. Like, as much as I said, like, you probably would want to cut it if you wanted to make it, like, brevity for the sake of drama. You would need to cut Thorkel. It is nice to kind of get a little bit more time with him, just kind of, like, explore his mindset and philosophy and what he's up to. It is kind of retreading old ground, though, in that we've seen a variation of his discussion before. Where he's had this discussion with another member of his band and said more or less the same thing. We do also, he's kind of regrets handing Canute over to Thorfinn. Mostly because, like, when he did it at the time, it's like he's very much a man of impulse, and his impulse said, "No, give Canute over to Thorfinn. It's gonna be fucking rad." And then later he's like, "Oh, wait, Dad bit me in the ass." Like, it's cool. It's cool to see that kind of thing, and seeing their plan, of like, oh, we'll get the sleds together, we'll get out of here, but we don't have enough sleds because Thorkel's found us. Oh, god damn it. And even, like, the little thing where we get to see a little bit more Canute's hobbies, and, learning how to cook, having food with Thorfinn, and even then, like, Thorfinn keeps his fucking mouth shut. He's there solely to be an observer, like, a point of view character for us, so he can just keep his fucking mouth shut, as he should, because, by God, and even Ragnar's death. Like, I knew Ragnar's death was coming, like, the second they fucking changed the fucking opening, and even then, it's not that far off, because he's very much the mentor character, and if this does turn out to be, like, a hero's journey for Canute, then the mentor character had to die. Let's be honest. Like, that's basic fucking Star Wars level plot arrangement, Like, the call to adventure, the backing the fuck down, the death of the mentor, acceptance of the call, etc., etc. Like, basically, we've just, like, Canute's just been following that just step by step by step, and, it was about time. Like, it's still really sad, and, like, it shows that Ragnar basically accepted Canute as his own son, essentially, like, in a way that Swain very much did not. It's kind of cool, like this. Like, he's got, like, this adoptive father kind of role, and it's really nice. And it's like I said, it's sad to see him die, but it had to happen. And here's hoping it does lead to Canute being more of a, more. Well, I mean, he cussed out the priest for doubting God. Like, I might disagree with the sentiment, but I appreciate the spirit of him going like, "Hey, shut the fuck up," like. Because he hasn't done that before, and that's not something he would have done at the start of the series. So, good on you, Canute. You done did it. You cussed out a priest who's fucking cirrhosis the fuck out of his liver and probably missing an eye now because they punched it out of his head. Well done. So here's hoping that, like, Ragnar's death and, like, kind of I get the feeling they're probably going to figure out that it was Askeladd eventually, and I'm hoping that Askeladd doesn't fuck Canute up too much, but I'm hoping it does lead to Canute, being more assertive and, being more of a man's man a little bit. But, like, not losing, like, the whole, like, gentle thing he's got. Because I think this show probably does, it does benefit from more gentle characters, it does. Because if everybody's a fucking brick shithouse Viking, then it stops being interesting. That's how it be. Just as long as we don't get any more fucking, like, giant frogmen. Like, that's... Keep that the fuck out my Viking sagas, alright? Yeah, that's more or less what I think about this episode. I think that's all I got. So, let me know what you thought of this episode down there in the comments. Whether you liked it, you disliked it, or you want to bring up something that I left out. Maybe some symbolism or some bullshit that I missed. I don't know. Let me know that down there in the comments. Oh boy, and if you want, make sure to like, comment, favorite, subscribe, share on social media. Tell your friends, hit that share button down below. Oh boy, tell your friends. Arm yourselves with knowledge. And if you want, you can always support me on Patreon, which is linked down there in the description, along with a link to my Discord, and on the end card, where there's links to my other videos, if you want to go see those. Oh boy, because they're usually pretty good. I think the ones on there right now is going to be, I don't know what the react video, what the Let's Watch I'm posting on that end card is, but we're going to be putting my Fire Emblem Three Houses LP on that end card today as well. Like, go watch that. If you like anime and you like me talking about anime, then that's probably the good LP to wean yourself on, because Fire Emblem Three Houses, like, Fire Emblem is always anime, but Three Houses is like peak anime, and we're like a good chunk in too, so you got plenty to catch up on if you haven't seen it already. Anyway, buddy, so yeah. Oh yeah, and if you do become patron, you get a special patrons only Discord channel, which is actually a patrons only Discord channel where you can talk to me about like specific patrons only thing, and also everyone posts their pictures of their cats and dogs and stuff there sometimes. So that's neat. And also you can recommend things to be let's played, let's watch, live streamed, whatever I do in there as well, and that goes on a list, and that list gets picked from every time I need a new let's watch or let's play. Seeing as there's so many in there, I usually just spin a wheel, but it is weighted, so the longer it's been on there, the more likely it's going to show up. But yeah, so like the new Let's Watch that's coming up to replace Chaika is Ancient Magus Bride, I believe. I still need to record that and all that, but that's what's going to be going up on Friday, I believe. So look forward to that if you're not already. Oh boy. Anyway, everybody, so yeah, as always, I'll see you in the next video. But most importantly of all, become a trash mammal today, and I will see you around the